Now the latest from ITV News Central in the East Midlands.
A Chinese student in Nottingham who was missing food from home has set up a takeaway app so Chinese students can order authentic food. Eric Liu's business is now in 60 cities around the world and employs 1,600 people.
Well, the University of Nottingham has now set up a special division to help start-up businesses like his. Mark Goff reports.
From authentic Chinese food to solar-powered water pumps in Africa and clothes for breastfeeding mums, the University of Nottingham is turning out not just graduates, but entrepreneurs. Like Tabitha Wasira, she grew up in Kenya. Fresh water wasn't on tap. Collecting it often involved walking miles, and in Kenya, it's often girls and women who fetch the water. And if they're fetching water, they're not at school.
When you see water campaign, it often features a girl or a woman walking a long distance in search of water, and it's often at the expense of her education or her future. And I can simply say that that girl is me. So I too have carried more than 120 litres of water on my back in a day, and that constituted walking 6 trips carrying a 20-litre yellow jerrycan for about a distance of 1.5 kilometres. If somebody has to choose between water and education, water will win every single time. Nobody has ever died from lack of education, but they will definitely die from lack of water.
Tabitha now provides solar water pumps to Kenya for free. She set up a social enterprise selling business courses, and the money from them pays for the pumps.
We deployed a 20,000-litre solar water pump, and we saw 200 students go back to school. We saw 10 of them actually graduate primary school, and then they went on to university.
Tabitha is one of many students who've been helped by the Ingenuity Lab at the University of Nottingham. Based in a futuristic building on what was the site of the old Raleigh bike factory, innovators in their time of course, the lab aims to help students start and grow their businesses.
We provide mentorship, interns, we provide them with a workspace. They also have access to funding, accelerator programs. So it's a really, really concise and wonderful offer.
And here's one of their big success stories. Hungry Panda. Think Deliveroo, but just for authentic Chinese food. Eric Liu, we caught up with him in New York, was studying at Nottingham when he realised there were many Chinese students like him far from home, missing the taste of home. So he set up a takeaway delivery app and recruited Chinese restaurants to make authentic Chinese food. He now employs 1,600 people, and the app is in 60 cities in 10 countries.
UK, France, Italy, Australia, New Zealand. Last year we launched the US, Canada. This year we launched the Japan, Korea, and Singapore.
Was there much of a difference then in the kind of authentic Chinese food that you were looking for and the Chinese foods that we might get?
Yeah, actually, in the UK, the Chinese food have 2 different kinds. And some Chinese food is tailored for the local people. It's very different for the authentic Chinese restaurant. But we focus on the traditional authentic Chinese restaurant. This restaurant is tailored for the Chinese people.
This factory in Nottingham is now turning out clothes for breastfeeding mums, the brainwave of another University of Nottingham student.
When I was doing my midwifery training, I was very passionate about supporting women with breastfeeding, particularly in public, because it's not well received, especially in the UK. So I came up with a prototype, a sort of chiffon top, which allows women to breastfeed in public with confidence but complete discretion. So the baby comes up and feeds underneath the chiffon. They don't expose any of their breasts whilst feeding, so they're able to feed confidently whilst out in public.
There are now so many young entrepreneurs in the East Midlands that the Chamber of Commerce has set up a new division to help and promote the next breed of innovators. It's called Generation Next.
Generation Next was formed to enable and establish a network for people, individuals, businesses, whatever it might be, to come together and collaborate and sort of really make the East Midlands thrive.
Whatever the region's doing, it's working. Mark Goff, ITV News, Nottingham.
Some brilliant minds at work there.